This is a song that I picked out kind of because of the way things are these days. And hopefully, by following this song, we can all get a little bit better. Mother, mother, there's so many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we got to find a way to find some loving here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, 'cause only love can conquer hate. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. 'Cause picket lines and picket signs don't punish me with your brutality. Just talk to me so you can see, ooh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Mother, mother, everybody thinks we're wrong. But who are they to judge us simply because our hair's too long? You know we got to find a way to bring understanding here today. 'Cause picket lines and picket signs don't punish me with your brutality. Just talk to me so we can see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let's do it again. Mother, mother, there's so many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's so too many of you dying. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, 'cause only love can conquer hate. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. 'Cause picket lines and picket signs don't punish me with your brutality. Just talk to me so we can see, ooh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Now, mother, mother, everybody thinks we're wrong. But who are they to judge us simply because our hair is long? You know we got to find a way to bring understanding here today. 'Cause picket lines and picket signs don't punish me with your brutality. Just talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Ooh, ooh, what's going on? Oh, what's going on?
Oh, good morning and blessings to you on this last Sunday morning of 2020. I'm so grateful for that song from Tim Black, and it's certainly a question I've asked all year. I think all of us have. I'm Trish Murtha, and I'm a worship associate here at NUUC. I use the pronouns she, her, and hers, But no matter who you are, who you love, or what you believe, you are welcome here. If you're a visitor today, please get in touch with us by email or leave a phone message to let us know how we can reach you and answer any questions or help you in any way. Our extraordinary minister, Reverend Laurel Leifert, is away with her family, but keeps us under her care and counsel. The service today is a collaboration of nearly all the NUUC worship associates as we stand with you on the threshold of a new year. Last year at this time, we barely had heard a whisper about the virus that has now consumed the people and economies of the world into pandemic and crisis. On top of that, we've seen violence and racial distress that I thought I would never see in my life. Millions of lives on every continent are changed. Sadness, hate, weariness, and loss have tested us. From this place in our personal lives today, we worship associates will share our experiences, our faith, questions, and hopes as we move forward. One thing is sure, this congregation cannot and will not stand still. As always, we will do more than wait and pray. We are strong in our love, our awareness, abilities to help each other and our community. Another year approaches and we meet that challenge. 525,600 minutes so dear, and seasons of love.
The NUUC Unitarian Universalist congregation fosters a beloved community that celebrates diversity, strives for peace and justice, acts mindfully for the good of the planet, and inspires spiritual growth through a free and loving search for truth and meaning. In this time of COVID pandemic, our free and loving search for meaning is taking place virtually. As we practice social distancing and wear our masks to protect our health and the health of others, we now hold our services virtually through Zoom. With imperfect but ever-increasing skills, recorded services are available on the NUUCUU.org website. Our technical help today is with Chad Escalier, who has muted all of you during the service. When we get to joys and concerns, you may either type your comment into chat or raise your hand so we can recognize you as you speak. You may then unmute your microphone to share with us. We are gladly patient for wee two-legged and four-legged interruptions and bloopers.
We at NUUC measure this year in chalice lightings as today. We are bound together by an unbreakable thread. You may feel vulnerable, but we are strong. You may feel alone, but we are here for you and for each other. From centuries of UU leadership, yet very much in the now, this congregation, guided by Reverend Laurel, helps us to honor and learn from what has gone before and to build on our knowledge and outreach. Together, we pivot to embrace change with definitive purpose and a vision of beloved community. Let this be a dance we do, right here, right now. Come, let us worship together.
And now, please join in reading the congregational affirmation, which is on your screen. Love is the spirit. Service is called. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Bad times seem to follow you around, and you got no reason to show. Don't let it go, oh no. And when it's 3 in the morning, and you've told your whole life story to a telephone, and the radio's the only thing to let you know you're not alone, oh no. Just have a little faith in me. I'll have a little faith in you. So have a little faith in me. Don't let it go, oh no. And I wish I was there, just to run my own fingers through your worries and cares. Even though I fumble and fall, don't let it go, oh no. And when the rain falls down, you know the flowers gonna bloom. And when the hard times come, you know the teacher's in the room. And when the sun comes up, you know that I'll be there for you. Don't let it go, oh no. Just have a little faith in me. I'll have a little faith in you. So have a little faith in me. Don't let it go, oh no. Just have a little faith in me. I'll have a little faith in you. So have a little faith in me. Don't let it go. 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 Just be strong for me. I'll be strong for you. Just be strong for me. I'll be strong for you. Just be strong for me. I'll be strong for you. Just be strong for me. Don't let it go. 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 Oh. Don't let it go. Oh. Don't let it go. Oh. Don't let it go. Don't let it go.
Now it's time for what we at Namakwa call joys and sorrows. Together we are weaving a tapestry of love we call community. To do this, we take time each Sunday to share important joys and sorrows in our personal lives, transferring a glass stone from one bowl to another, acknowledging that this community joins you to celebrate your personal joys and offers you comfort in your time of personal sorrows. If you have a birthday or anniversary or want to share, please use the chat box, or you can raise your hand and Doug will call on you. If you'd rather not speak, just type in the chat box. Please be brief, as you will have more time to talk at our virtual coffee hour after the service. And I would like to start with a prayer and a stone in the bowl for all those who are concerned about suffering from or have lost a loved one to COVID. We still have a lot of fear around what that means for us, and hopefully glad tidings that the vaccine is on its way and already delivered to a few. So with that, I will open it to who has something to tell us.
Barbara has her hand raised.
Barbara.
Yes, I
Unmute.
want to speak about the death of Ginny Weigel. She died yesterday at a nursing home. Ginny was one of the founders of this congregation with Kent Robertson and Tom and me and some other people. And she was a vibrant, cheerful, active part of this congregation. And I celebrate her life and I mourn her death.
Thank you, Barbara. And I'd like to add to that Laurel has been working with Kent to put together a memorial service, and we'll get an announcement out, but that'll be held January 10th. That's a Sunday, January 10th, I think 2 weeks from today, at 1 p.m. We'll have a memorial service for Ginny.
And I saw Barbara Lambert's hand up. Do you want to unmute and tell us?
Sure. Thank you. I am grateful for Dick Barton and Trish for writing such a wonderful guest editorial about Stan Shear, former Thompson School District Superintendent, who did pass away from COVID on Sunday, December 13th. And his dear wife, Marion, passed away, I believe, 5 days earlier from COVID also. But there's a beautiful, beautiful guest editorial that was in the paper yesterday, the Loveland Reporter Herald.
What went in for Stan and his wife, Marion? Anyone else?
Brian Jarvis has his hand raised.
Brian?
Hi, I happy to announce that I'm scheduled to get my COVID-19 shot tomorrow. Wow, I wasn't expecting this until February, but the UC Health has the opening, so I do it. I'm going to do it.
Great.
Good job.
Bon announces in chat that she lost a friend, Tanya, who lost a long struggle with ovarian cancer. Prayers for her husband, Steve.
Do you see anyone else, Doug? I have a harder time seeing from my perspective.
I think Kent wanted to speak.
Kent, go ahead.
Did you, can you hear me okay?
We
Yes.
can.
My wife died. It was about, I think it was Friday early morning, about 2:30 or 3 o'clock. And I went down to see her. She'd been at the Rehab Nursing Center of the Rockies there by Poudre Valley Hospital. And she'd been in a coma, and she just didn't talk. She was just quiet and breathing, and I went to visit her, and they told me later, and I went back later, and that she had died. And so we will have a service on January 10th after church on Sunday at 1 p.m. And Laurel Leifert will assist in the service. And I, of course, have been very, very sad, but she had been ill for about, 20 months, and it got worse and worse from some kind of a coma. No name for it. So I visited her, and we'll be having a service then, as I said, on January 10th, Sunday at 1 p.m. And Laurel Leifert will help to assist, and I'll probably be there to assist as well. And I'm very sad, but she had been ill for quite a while, and they had no cure for it. So I appreciate your prayers and concerns. It will be very helpful. Thank you very much.
Kent, we are so very sorry for your loss, and our hearts are with you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Trish has her hand up.
We're all mourning with you, Kent, and we admire so much your dedication to Ginny all these many, many months. And this morning we are here largely because of Ginny's legacy, as Barbara said earlier, that we gather in her memory every Sunday, because she was a foundation, as were you, to help us be a congregation. So bless you.
Well, for all of that that is too tender to share out loud, I will add some pebbles to the bowl. And please now listen to Comfort Me.
Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Sing with me, sing with me, sing with me, oh my soul. Sing with me, sing with me, sing with me, oh my soul. Speak for me, speak for me, speak for me, oh my soul. Speak for me, speak for me, speak for me, oh my soul.
We've come to the part of the service this morning that really is kind of a quilt. And I'm just going to hope you all hear the hearts and souls and words of all of our worship associates as they share with you mostly original pieces that they've written for us today.
I titled my reflection On the Threshold of 2021. It seems like the past year has been a figment of my imagination at times. In February, my calendar says I was in Phoenix for 2 weeks, but that seems like several years ago. I was volunteering at Hearts and Horses and going to Blues Jam on Thursday nights with Fran Green every week. Did I really? It's hard to believe now. Then all that was put on hold for something that we began calling COVID. It seemed like a temporary thing at first, before we really knew what it was. Then my world changed, as did yours. I was homebound except for daily walks with my loyal companion since April, Riley, my Rat Jack Terrier. The biggest questions then were to wear a mask or not to wear a mask. Everyone was cleaning everything all the time. We were supposed to change our mask daily. Well, I didn't do that because I thought there's only me here, so why bother? Yes, I cheated, but I was careful when out in public. Then there was the Trump tsunami that seemed determined to suck us all up. Well, it didn't, and Lady Liberty seems to have come through for us. I did my part phone banking and helping however I could. The voter turnout was incredible and Biden won. That was satisfying and I was encouraged. It's been a hard year, but I'm feeling optimistic. We've learned a lot from our period of isolation and disillusionment. I have reaffirmed my appreciation of simple things, and I am more certain of what's important. For me, material things aren't as important now, but family and friends are definitely important. Even though we haven't been able to hug and sit elbow to elbow with people, we feel closer to those we care for. And that is the most significant thing. We've been building our compassion, empathy, and humility, all of which we need so much. We've become more aware of the fragility of our planet and are ready to do what we can to help sustain its survival. I feel that we are stronger now and ready for what is right. I see a new day coming, a day when we can all do our part to make our world a better place. May it be so.
Amen. Thank you, Susan. My reflection on the end of the year of 2020. Even as some of us were compelled to put our lives on hold during a worldwide pandemic, losing jobs, working from home, adding teacher to our resumes, life swirled on around us. Weddings were celebrated, babies were born, graduations marked, and new chapters launched. Like every year, we lost family members, friends, and celebrities. Time is a human construct, something to which we look for context. 2020 will always be remembered as the year of COVID-19, RBG, and George Floyd. At the beginning of the pandemic, many television shows moved to remote broadcasts from private residences and adapted. Comedians called on the universe to put natural disasters on hold. Please, this year, no hurricanes, fires, or floods. Between COVID and political and racial unrest, we all felt we couldn't take any more. But we did. It didn't stop. Natural disasters added to human foibles to create an atmosphere that challenged us in ways that we hadn't been prior to this. And we endured. We made it. The promise of a new year inspires optimism. It gives hope. It re-energizes. We look ahead to a return to normalcy, knowing that it's still months away, but coming closer. Baby steps, a vaccine, strong government leadership, financial security. I attribute my endurance to you, the members of this congregation who stood by me and helped me financially as well as emotionally. You've been more than a community. You've been a family. You demonstrated that when we say we don't have to do it alone, we're not just paying lip service to a vague concept. We're committing to relationship. 2020 was the year that brought out the best. May 2021 bring even more. May it be so.
Thank you, Janet. I titled this, Let the Light In. If cracks let the light in, 2020 has provided more than its share. The year's deep shadows highlight glows so rare. January saw WHO announce a mysterious disease. In April, the US would stop paying its fees. Meanwhile, the spread reached every nation before understanding what spread the contagion. Let the light in. Disregard for national and worldwide interest and truth, an unfathomable popularity, someone so uncouth, favoring rugged individualism and self-interest lust, eroding hard-won systems of care, compassion, and trust. Let the light in. A trip to the grocery store, risk making it grim. Mask to breathe, what to touch, may inner light not dim. The ongoing risk feeds an underlying fear of who to exclude and who to hold dear. Let the light in. As if not enough, dry forests ablaze. Climate change symptoms seems clear through the haze. Evacuations touch even our congregation. Homes open to those affected by conflagration. Let the light in. Zoom ain't pretty, but so much better than isolated to email and occasional letter. For safety and connection, we do scramble. Every online meeting has check-in as preamble. Let the light in. Perhaps we will see, helped by leaders anew, going it alone is just holding breath till you're blue. Patience, ingenuity, and care oxygenate all. It's hope and trust in one another that's inspired by our call to let the light in.
We need this year to be over. We need this pandemic to be over. We need our isolation to be over. Some days we are overwhelmed. Then an email, a Christmas card, a phone call, a Skype or Zoom encounter reminds us we are not alone. There are people who know us, who value us, who support us. And we pick up our drooping spirits and walk on, comforted, knowing that each of us is interwoven into the web of existence, and all of us are part of the fabric of life. Hallelujah. When finally 2020 is ended, when finally we are immunized, and when finally the pandemic is conquered, we will emerge like Punxsutawney Phil back into the sunlight and celebrate with hugs and music and concerts and plays and smiles. However much you will want to forget this long, lonely year, don't. It will be important to remember the fires and the fear and the strange politics. It will be important to walk into Rocky Mountain National Park and be grateful for all that survived. It will be important to remember the ash-filled skies and be grateful for blue skies and bright sunlight. Never forget that a virus too small for the human eye to perceive can decimate populations and economies, and the world will never be the same. It is essential that we stay vigilant about forests and elections and friends. And finally, take whatever action we can to protect our world and its components. Someday, somehow, we will see each other's smiles again. Believe it will happen. So brush your teeth.
I would like to share with you a true story about a late great professional baseball player. I can't remember his name, but his story has stuck with me for many years. Every season, this professional pitcher he'd hire a personal trainer to help him improve his game. The trainer would come on and ask what it was he wanted to work on, and he would say, "My fastball is good, so what I really need to work on is my curveball and my splitter." Then finally, a trainer came along who asked the same question. But when he heard this answer, he said, "No, I don't agree. Your fastball is not just good, it's already way better than average. And if we work on that alone, I think it could be off the charts. I think with your fastball, you could be the greatest pitcher the world has ever known." And so it was. This pitcher went on to break all of the records of his day and made it into the Hall of Fame for his fastball. This idea of working with your strengths instead of your weaknesses is in a book called, it comes up in a book called The Happiness Hypothesis by Jonathan Haidt. He says, to paraphrase, how many of our New Year's resolutions have been about fixing a flaw? And how many of those resolutions make it back onto your list year after year? It's difficult to change any aspect of our personality by sheer force of will. And it isn't fun to work on a weakness, so we soon lose enthusiasm. The fact is that we don't have to be good at everything. We can often get around weaknesses with one of our strengths. Haidt gives an example of a woman who knew herself to be a loving person, but who had a hard time forgiving the closest people to her for the hurt of her past. She often despaired that she simply was not able to forgive. Thinking about the concept of focusing on her strengths and knowing that she had a lot of love to give, she decided when demons of the past arose, she would think of this person as a small child, or she would remember a good memory about them and mentally send them immediate love. And it worked. By using her great capacity to love, she was able to stop the habitual victim tapes that played in her mind. And over time, she was able to liberate herself from her difficult past. Above my desk, so I'll see it every day, I have posted the words by Rachel Riemann that end with, "Blessing life is about filling ourselves up so our blessings overflow onto others." We can fill ourselves up by focusing on our unique and individual strengths. As we approach a new year, determine what your greatest strengths are. If you don't know, ask those around you because they'll see them. And then celebrate your strengths. Bless the world with what it is you have to give in this new year 2021 coming up. May it be so.
In a different time and context, Tom Paine said that these are the times that fry men's souls. The impact of this time, these days and months, are not unlike times that have gone before in human history. Somehow we move forward and must do so again. Viktor Frankl lost his pregnant wife and his whole family in a Holocaust camp. He was determined, convicted, and had a conviction that his spirit would not be held prisoner. Leonard Frankl helped many patients. He was a psychiatrist. He also was a prolific writer, including the classic Man's Search for Meaning. He said that there is inevitable suffering in life, but that we must choose how to cope with them and find meaning in it and move forward with renewed purpose. At NUUC, together we are doing that, not without angst in the onslaught of events, but that hit us. But so I share the words of the words of blessing of Reverend L.A. McRae. Sources of all living that is living, as we gather this morning, mindful of the mystery of thresholds, we seek to calm our uneasy and anxious spirits. May we be open to the mystery and blessings of what awaits us on the other side of the great transition. Help us to allow love and light to penetrate places of fear, desperation, hopelessness, and despair in ourselves and others. Be with us now and always, holding us in the tender moments of growth. Encourage our spirits and strength, our connections, so that we may cross this threshold in strength. Give us the certainty to walk with others through indecisions, uncertainty, and doubt. Provide us with courage to speak truth to power. May we continue to love unapologetically. Let this carry us from indecision and doubt to peace and resolve. May it be so.
I look to those far wiser than I when I want to ponder the unknowable, the unthinkable, or some great mystery. Somebody must have something wise to say about this time we are in. Buddha, he said purportedly, when you realize how perfect everything is, you will tilt your head back and laugh at the sky. After fear, confusion, research, some calm, acceptance, and really dry hands from washing them all the time, I realized that the best thing I could probably do was to tilt my head back and laugh at the sky. 2020, I observed, is perfect vision. This year gives us the opportunity to see clearly, I said. These obstacles we face, though, are foreshadowings, signs, or just plain sinking feelings of the future ahead. But no, everything is perfect. Breathe deeply. What have I learned from 2020? How will I move forward into the new year? Well, I have 4 more days to figure that out. Now, I'm going to step outside, tilt my head back, and laugh at the sky. Hysterically, I might add. Hee hee. May it be so.
We will now virtually receive our offering. It is a generous act at NUUC to earmark half of our quarterly collection plate to community groups selected by our social justice ministry. Today, we share with Alternatives to Violence, a Loveland service organization that provides shelter, advocacy, education, and resources for people impacted by domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking. The need is enormous with this increased and has increased during the COVID-19 isolation. Please give generously as is our final shared offering for 2020. To donate, click on the chat icon. Our technician, Chad Escalier, will display a link that invites you to give. Just click on the link to give an electronic donation, either from a bank account or credit card. The link will ask you to designate your donation as either a pledge, a gift for the collection plate, or a contribution to the building fund. Alternatively, you may mail your donation at any time to the church or make an electronic donation on our website, namaquauu.org. Thank you.
Let our hearts not be hardened to those living on the margins. There is a room at the table for everyone. This is where it all begins. This is how we gather in. There is room at the table for everyone. Too long we have wandered, burdened and undone, but there is room at the table for everyone. Let us sing the new world in. This is how it all begins. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. No matter who you are, no matter where you're from, there is room at the table for everyone. Here and now we can be the beloved community. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. Let our hearts not be hardened to the living on the margins. There is room at the table for everyone. This is how we gather in for everyone.
There is room for everyone. And now we dedicate ourselves, and these are offerings, to the vision of this congregation, which is to radiate love, peace, and justice as we work to create beloved community.
And now, after living through so much turmoil and finding moments of stillness, if you're inclined, please take this chance to rise up and dance, to clap, to rock and roll, as the music and the message from the next young people course through every part of your amazing self. We rise.
overcoming the adversity.
Respect and responsibility, MC pride in humility. It's not a fantasy, we can rise above and leave a legacy. And we will rise, and we will rise, and we will rise, we'll never stop. Climb the mountain till we reach the top. Seek the heights, seek the heights, seek the heights, seek the heights. It don't matter what people say, we have it inside, we can pave the way.
Rise to the challenge every day.
Know we can make it, we'll be
okay.
Respect and responsibility, MC pride and humility. It's not a fantasy, we can rise above and leave a legacy. And we will rise, and we will rise, and we will rise, we'll never stop. Climb the mountain till we reach the top. Seek the heights, seek the heights, seek the heights, seek the heights. I know it's hard, the struggles that you face. You feel like giving up, but don't let these talents go to waste. Just stand up tall, you got the strength within. Keep pushing on, you're gonna win. Sing it with me now.
And we will rise.
And we will rise.
We will rise. Rise.
And we will rise.
Strong mind, strong heart.
And we will rise.
We all play a part.
And we will rise, we'll never stop. Climb the mountain till we reach the top. Seek the heights, seek the heights, seek the heights, seek the heights.
I know it's hard, the struggles that you face. You feel like giving up, but don't let those talents go to waste. Just stand up tall, you got the strength within. Keep pushing on, you know that you're gonna win.
I know it's hard, the struggles that you face. You feel like giving up, but don't let those talents go to waste. Just stand up tall, you got the strength within. Keep pushing on, you know that you're gonna win.
Well, dear ones, it's a wrap. Today's service and the past year are nearly done. What lies ahead, we can and will face together. When I've been tempted to cave in, when I feel swamped by a lack of assurance, you wrap me in grace, empathy, and understanding. This wrap of abiding love, a beautiful quilt of unwavering strength, hope, and warmth. Keep hauling, just keep hauling. This is the triumph song of life.
Reverend Laurel, if you are tuned in, we send our gratitude and blessings for all that you teach us and allow us to be. Let this be a joyous week for you, Francie, and your family. Kiss the joy as it flies. Then please return home safely to help us answer the knock on the door, to thrive beyond the threshold and into the new year. I extinguish our candle, and I'd like you to listen to these words of Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Blessed be, may it be so.
Amen. Thank you, Kathy. We have a few announcements, which will be followed by our virtual coffee quarter hour.
This is the last Sunday to contribute to our holiday giving tree. Donations will go to Neighbor, helping people with housing, Larimer County Food Bank to help people who are food scarce, and Alternatives to Violence to help victims of domestic violence. Chad will put the donation link back up again, and when asked which fund to give to, choose the giving tree.
The Social Sisterhood meets weekly by virtual meetings from 12 to 1 p.m. each Thursday. Join us to chat and catch up with one another. The link is in the weekly email blast and in the calendar on the website.
We have several adult enrichment workshops and courses available for sign up. Coming up in January is a 3-hour life transitions workshop. The weekly email blast has the sign up link.
The meditation group is taking this holiday week off and will meet again on January 7th.
I'm happy to announce that Bill Rosequist and Mickey McGuire have stepped up to lead our annual budget drive. The board is thinking, so that's awesome. Thank you to Bill and Mickey. Filling big shoes from Brian and Littern from last 2 years. The board is thinking that we'll try an online auction this year later on. And if anybody is interested in helping out on that, just let me know.
Next Sunday's service will be led by Worship Associates Kathy Hartman and Chad Escalier on looking ahead and imagining 2021.
And now we'll move into our virtual coffee quarter hour. We hope you can stay with us to socialize and to touch base with one another. And you can now unmute your microphone and be patient while Chad organizes the breakout rooms. Have a wonderful week, everyone.
You too.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
There we go. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Trish. You were amazing. You're fantastic. You're the bomb.
I'm
You're the
the bomb.
best.
It's magical. I loved it.
Yeah,
good.
that was great.
My only concern is I think we went long, but I guess I'm not going to worry about it. It
I
might
guess
not
It didn't go
even be
that
bad.
long. No, what did it go? 2 minutes or something like? It didn't
Oh,
go.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
No,
Well,
not bad. Not bad at all.
I hope Laurel feels proud of us.
Oh, I'm sure she does. She
Yeah.
loves us dearly. She wouldn't trust us like this.
I know. So, well, Kent, we send our special love to you, and we're all with you.
Yeah, virtual hugs.
Yes.
Yes, we are surrounding you with love.
Mm-hmm.
Be well, everybody. If you need me or want me or have to have me, I'm around.
Yay. I'd say that, but I'd get disappointed when nobody said anything.
Right.
Like, no, thanks.
No, Chad, great job.
Yes, great job, Chad.
You guys did awesome.
Yes. Oh, you look like a tree.
He's dressed as Sia.
A sparkly tree.
I'm behind there. I just, you know.
Oh, there's Kathy. Good job, Kathy.
Yeah, good job, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Be
Okay.
well.
All right.
And,
See you later. Love you.
all
Bye-bye.
right.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.